We welcome you in this video number 7 in conversation with General VP Malik under the playlist Going Strong. My question to you, sir, is that there is a mixed reaction to the veteran community commenting on service related issues. Some perceive that it is their moral responsibility to comment and advise, or is it that this should be viewed as an intrusion on the present chain of command as some others perceive it to be?
Traditionally I find that the serving hierarchy does listen to veterans, direct as well as through social media or whichever way it is conveyed to them. It's not that they are blind to that, they do listen to that. But then we must remember that they are the people now in authority, they are responsible and they are accountable. And I remember one advice given to us by Field Marshal Manekshaw when we started the Chief's conclave. So he said at that time, he said, look, we can advise them, we can save our peace, but we cannot force them to do what we think. It is their job, it is their responsibility, their accountability. And I think our top hierarchy has always been functioning like that. So there is no need for us to get upset, even if what I believe in and it is not accepted by the present hierarchy.
Thank you, sir. I'd also like to ask you your views with regard to selection of a person as the chief of the service or the army commanders. Now, supersession in that regard, which was earlier very rare or hardly ever, now is it desirable from the standpoint of discipline and also the implicit trust in service leadership, because the pick and choose policy or the deep selection policy may perhaps convey an impression that the views of political leadership also matter and they also need to be cultivated. What would you like to advise, sir? Because your words in this regard would carry a lot of weight and wisdom.
Firstly, supersessions have been taking place in all countries, whether they are democratic or non-democratic. In fact, non-democratic, the supersession takes much more. But even in the democratic countries, whether it is USA, UK, I know of these instances. There have been very few in India, but yes, there are there. So, it is the right of political authority to select a person which will get along with the government. Not talking about the political alignment as such, but I am talking of being able to get along with the government. And our system has always worked on seniority plus talent, capabilities,
Merit, yes, sir.
and merit. So I think I can't find much wrong with our system. And odd supersession here and there will take place as it has been taking place in other countries. We shouldn't get disturbed about it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And my last question in this video is, I would take you to the time few decades back, and this is with regard to then Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Vishnu Bhagwat. My question is that some believe that when Admiral Bhagwat was removed from service under Presidential Pledge Doctrine, the other chiefs could have shown greater support or sympathy. Now, in retrospect, what would you like to comment, sir?
Look, I must tell you that as colleagues, chiefs of Army as well as Air Force, we did support Vishnu Bhagwat in all matters whenever we met we always supported him. But then there were certain disagreements of both personal as well as service nature between him and the government. And in those we could not afford to get into. And that resulted in whatever had happened. And I don't think it would be correct for us to interfere in that fashion.
Fine, sir. That brings us to the end of video number 7. Thank you.